I wish to welcome you young people to your day when you are celebrating. It's quite important. As a young person, you need to celebrate your youth. I feel so excited to join you in this celebration. But in joining you, I've come with an encouragement to all of you. I really want to encourage you, young people. I want to make you understand the significance, the importance of your youth. Because there are moments like this one when you just tend to celebrate without understanding your importance. You are such an important person in every aspect of life. Begin to look at yourself as a very important person. Now, reason why today, specifically, I want to advise you on a number of issues. First and foremost, I want to tell you that you are such an important person. Very, very important as a young person. There is no life without a young person. And more so, there is no future without a young person. Whenever we are talking about the future, basically we are talking about a young person. Now, you need to understand that the life of the society, the life of a nation is in the hands of a young person. Because as a young person, you are a very strong person. That's how important you are. You are very strong in the muscle. You are very strong in the mind. This is the more reason the whole world is banking on you for development. Without you, there is nothing that can happen. We are depending on you young people in every aspect of life. Remember that most of the most important things that have been achieved by a person were achieved in the young age, have been achieved by the young people. Look at the great people that we have known in the past. Look at the great people that we have known today. Most of what they have achieved as a result of what they have built over time from the time when they were young people. Now, one particular thing that I want to bring to your attention is the fact that most of what we go through, or most of what young people go through, is something that sometimes when you reflect, you tend to sympathize. They go through different kinds of storms. Young people suffer neglect. Young people, tend to go through different kinds of situations. And there are moments that young people ask themselves, why? And when you look at the people that are committing suicide today, they are young people. Why? Because when the storms rise, when they are faced with difficult situations, when they are faced with difficult questions, they tend to ask as if something strange is happening to them. But I want to contextualize your situation as a young man, as a young woman. I want to make you understand that most of what happens to a young person may not be strange. Why is it not strange? Because you are able to tell your situation from what happened in the lives of other people. For most of the people that have been going to church, that have been reading the Bible, they would agree with me that even from the biblical background, you see characters like David. Characters like David who were strengthened by storms. You know, the strength of a young person is the glory of their youth. Are you getting what I'm saying? The glory of a young person is the glory of their youth. When you grow, you need to develop in strength. And I want today to bring to you the reality of life. Most of the people whose muscle has been strengthened, it was through storms. Yes, you might be complaining about different kinds of situations, about different kinds of people probably who never cared for you, people who threw you overboard, a lot of things that has happened in your life. But I want to tell you today that most of the people that we see today as great leaders had their strengths developed outdoors, not indoors. Where had their strengths developed outside comfort zones. If David was around, he could basically tell you that if his strength had not been developed in the bush, if his strength had not been developed by through being a shepherd away from comfort zones, he was not going to kill a bear. He was not going to kill a lion. But because he had developed his strength and he also developed his ability to fight through difficult times, and because of that, he became a leader of Israel. So I want to assure you, young man, I want to assure you, young woman, that what you are going through may not be strange. It could be a normal process of life. You probably might be saying, no, why? Yes, you could ask that question because some of us, we have also gone through such because we were once young and we went through storms. But it's today when I'm able to look back and say, but that storm that I went through has developed some form of strength in me. Could also develop some form of strength in you. Because every person that has been born into this world has a purpose. Now, if you misinterpret what you are going through, young man, you are going to miss it. It doesn't matter. I know you could probably looking at the worst that has happened to you. I've been talking about the street kids. I've been talking about, different kinds of young people who have suffered quite a lot and who need to be helped. And these young people, probably they could be crying and crying. But today, I want to tell you that there is a silver lining to your problem. There is a silver lining to your storm. There is a silver lining to whatever you've gone through. You have been prepared for the responsibilities that you now embrace. You could be saying, no, I am a husband. You could be saying, no, I am a wife. You could be saying, no, I am a leader. You could be saying, no, I am what? But you need to understand, whatever responsibilities that you embrace today are as a result of the training that you underwent as you have been growing. Don't be bitter when you see an old person like me and say, this man never cared for me. At the time when I needed him, he didn't care for me. Don't be bitter about anybody. but carry the love. Carry the love, because love is a strength as well. Your mind is a strength as well. Whatever strength that you have gained in the muscle is a strength that you must embrace with happiness. Look what, people, great people like Moses. Moses was a man who left the comfort zone. He left the comfort zone to go and fight alongside his own people, the people of Israel. But what happened was that his own people disowned him and they ran out from him. There are moments when I imagine somebody who is running away from storms, somebody who is being pursued and is running away, anguished, not realizing that through the anguish of his soul in the wilderness, as he's running, you are running and you are saying, you are even complaining to God, but why God? Why me? You are complaining, but not realizing that your running is developing a muscle. You are being developed, because a person who is running is being trained than a person who is seated. And probably he might have not realized why God had to give him now the assignment to go and liberate the people of Israel, because he had been developed. It's the strength that developed over time. Strength is not developed suddenly. It is developed and finds its fulfillment in the responsibilities that you embrace today, that we embrace today. So what am I talking about, young man? Look at yourself from a positive perspective, regardless of what you are going through. Carry that love in you. Carry the love of Joseph, who was disowned by his own brothers, not realizing that character, through that process, through the time of suffering, was developed to the point where he became a great man in the land of Egypt to save the same people that had disowned him. There was a benefit to him. He has a name to himself, which has been carried over generation. Today we are talking about Moses. Today we are talking about Joseph. Today we are talking about David. Today we are talking about Jesus Christ. Today we are talking about different kinds of characters whose strengths were developed through storms. So, young man, each time that you go through such problems, there are moments that you will need to reflect, to say, I am being developed. I am going through what I'm going through because I am going through a training. Otherwise, if you forget, you ignore that aspect of life, you end up destroying yourself, because you may end up committing suicide, understanding that you are going through something that is not common. You might basically probably resort to ways of life that are not acceptable socially because of what you are going through, unreasonable patterns of life, smoking, drinking, and doing all manner of things, just in order to, create a situation of some temporal comfort, which is not right, my brother, my sister. What is happening to you is not strange. It has happened to so many people. Ask so many people who today are leaders. And lastly, I want to just counsel you over a small commitment of you, a youth who is a husband, a youth who is a wife, that you have got very important responsibilities to develop your children. You are now going to use your skills as young people have been developed. Now to develop your children. So whatever is happening in your family, whatever problems that you may be going through as a family, do not basically resort to any unreasonable patterns, such as divorce, such as, quarreling, such as beating each other. Create an environment for one another, because by so doing, you are basically shaping the life of your own children. So when you are talking about your future, we are looking at the future of also your children. And that future is guaranteed by you. So make sure as young people, live at peace with one another. Carry love in your heart. Because if you carry that love in your heart, you will find even the future is assured for everyone. Brothers and sisters, let me assure you, my children, let me assure you, my nephews, let me assure you, my nieces, if you manage your life very well, you are going to see a future that is bright for this nation. You are going to see meaningful development for this nation. So today, as you celebrate realizing that despite what you've gone through, what you've gone through, and probably what you are going to go through is a leverage. For the future responsibilities. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.